welcome to part 2 of this series. This section is what most of you will actually deal with. It's residential, right? A normal residential house. That's what most of you are gonna deal with on a regular basis. So let me kind of break it down. So as soon as I go in for a listing and I get the listing, I always ask for, if there's any solar reports. A lot of people have solar now, whether it's leased or financed. It's really important that you get that information. Maybe there's a waterscape program. What that means is a lot of places, especially on the West Coast, the water companies will give you money to take out grass and put in desert landscaping. However, once you take that money, you can no longer put in grass later. So it's really important that you get all the information to pass on to the new buyer, to the new owner, and make sure that they have that so they don't do something later and blame you, right? Anything that's in like an adverse manner, anything negative, make sure you know everything, right? Really, really important. I'm sure all of you learned that in real estate school, so you already know, right? So let me just get into the brass tacks of things. So you have this listing, what are you gonna do? Well, we're in a society now where everybody's on their phone 3, 4, 5, 10 hours a day. Like everybody literally lives on their phone. So first impressions are absolutely everything. What I do, I pay for a maid service to come in and clean my client's entire property and organize it. Now, obviously, there's only so much organization that you can do. So instead of organizing every little thing, I make sure that all the clutter is put away. It's extremely important. Make sure that there's nothing in the corners, nothing on the countertops, whether it's in the kitchen or the bathrooms. Make sure all the landscaping is done. Make sure everything is put away in the backyard, in the front yard. Make sure you put the trash can aside. Take the cars and move them down the street for the photos. Try and knock on your neighbor's door if there's maybe a car or a truck or your neighbor that they're gonna see in the photos. Really important that you kind of ask them to move that. It has to be all about the subject property that you're listing, right? So first thing I do is I pay for a maid service. This way, when people come in, they smell it's fresh, they see it's clean, it's more appealing, extremely important. Second thing I do is I pay for a landscaper. First impressions are everything. So the landscaper will come in, pull all the weeds, blow everything out, trim the trees, mow the grass, all that, right? Third, if there's a pool, I get a pool guy to make sure to get that pool super clean. Pools are really important to a lot of people. You don't want it to be green and moldy or leaves just kind of floating. Sometimes you really don't have a choice. There's always gonna be something in the pool. Maybe there's a pine tree kind of hanging over, or neighbor's pine tree hanging over the pool. So make sure you get the pool guy to clean the property literally right before the photographer comes over. So important. So next is a photographer, right? So you've prepped it, you have the maid, you have the landscaper, you have the pool guy. Oh, and another thing, sometimes if the carpets are really bad, I'll pay a carpet cleaner to come over and clean the carpets. It makes a world of difference, especially if there's been tenants in the property. You need to do the best you can. Now, this is what I do, and I don't charge the client for these extra services. I get paid thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars to sell this property. I need to be invested. So I know a lot of you new agents don't have the money to do this. Even if you have to put on your credit card and make payments on it, it's gonna give you more business down the road, and your sellers are gonna be so happy that you actually put a lot of effort into prepping their property. They're gonna see the difference. It's gonna show in the amount of showings that you get. Trust me when I tell you, it's gonna help you long term, okay? So then I have the photographer come over. I make sure that they do a premium shoot. A basic shoot is just basic, you're shooting the different rooms. A premium shoot is a shoot where you're actually trying to get really cool angles, artistic angles, think like magazine angles, right? And then there's a premium shoot, which is more, higher end homes where it's not just basic, living room, bathroom, dining room, kitchen, it's not just basic. So if there's, really cool features in the house, then you might want to make sure that your photographer gets some really cool angles, because you're going to use that for all of your marketing, okay? If you have a property that you're listing that is a 1/4 acre or over, you're definitely gonna do a drone. I know you're thinking, oh, more money. Yes, it's important. You get paid thousands of dollars to sell this property. You need to do everything you can. So quarter acre and over, if it's me, I'm paying for a drone, okay? Now in that drone shoot, you're able to actually notch out where the property is so they can see how much land they actually have. Sometimes people just look at it and they're looking at the neighbors around it. But if you really like draw a line around it, nice white line that really stands out, they're just gonna focus on that particular property. So it's really important. Another thing you wanna do is, if it's a big house, you know, you get into 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 square feet, or you go into a half acre property, it's really nice to do what's called an aerial overlay, right? So not only do you get the drone, but then you kind of notch out a square that says primary bedroom, primary bathroom, mother-in-law's quarters, or whatever that is, right? But at least then they can see in conjunction with where everything is in the home from the aerial standpoint, so they can see, oh, the primary bedroom is, you know, backs up to the backyard, which is where the pool is, and things like that. So you want to think about things like that, right? Also, as you get into the bigger properties, you might want to think about a 3D, right? It's really important so that people can kind of go through and virtually kind of go through it without having to call you. They already see it, they're already pumped up. It's really, really important, right? Also, if you get into the bigger properties with a 3D, they'll also include a floor plan. So think about that, right? They'll include a floor plan. Everything you can do to enhance your listing will only help sell it for more money, which is gonna benefit your seller, right? So think about things like that. Another thing you wanna do now that everybody's an agent and a lot of people are stepping up their game, you wanna do a video of the property, okay? Now, listen to me. Don't start your video with, welcome to this 3-bedroom, 2-bath in Northwest San Diego, and it features new bathrooms and kitchen, and nobody wants to hear that, right? Say, hey, blah, blah, my name is Joe Smith. Welcome to 123 ABC Street. Let me show you. Boom. Now, what happens is your videographer is gonna go through the house. You're not just gonna walk to each room. The videographer is gonna follow you, right? You're gonna let the videographer go through the house and highlight the features of the house. A second bedroom is a second bedroom. A third bedroom is a third bedroom. You're not gonna show that. You're not gonna show the Harry Potter closet, right? You're gonna show the kitchen, the bathrooms, the backyard, the highlights, right? The nice fireplace, the foyer, the entrance area. And when he's doing that video, when you cut it, when you edit it, you're gonna do a voiceover explaining, you know, okay, this 3-bedroom, 2-bath is 2657 square feet on an 1/8 of an acre located, you know, in Summerlin, Las Vegas, one of the best areas, blah, 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 blah. But they're listening to you as they're seeing the highlights, and that's gonna make it a lot better, because you know, you don't wanna do a 5-minute preview. People are gonna get bored, they're gonna click off, they're gonna go to the next realtor. There's a million of us now in the United States. So make it like within a minute, minute and a half max, unless you do a higher end property, then it's a different ballgame, right? But for a normal residential property, you need to do all this. It doesn't matter the condition. It's really important that you do the best that you can do. Don't just go take pictures with your phone. Don't just take pictures and sign the listing agreement, kick your feet up, put it on MLS, and that's it. It's really important that you do the best job possible for your clients, because referrals in this business are everything. So I hope this helped you guys. Most of you are just gonna do residential. I hope this helped you and gave you a good roadmap on how to do it. I hope this helps you, not only you get more business, but I hope the first and foremost is, I hope it helps your sellers get more money and gain more money, because once you sell that property, you can't go back, right? So if you like content like this, make sure you subscribe, like, and follow, and we'll see you on the next one.